Is this? I feel like this is kind of like a couch confessional.
This is
like,
so...
are we all gonna own up to something right now?
Alright. This is a lot.
Hi, everyone.
I'm just gonna look straight ahead when I talk to people too, by the way.
This is episode 110? 110?
Yeah.
So are you gonna, is this going to be...
I'm gonna edit this shit out, whatever, beginning, whatever. And then
or not.
Or not. It's not.
Alright.
Whatever.
Alright, so who's gonna introduce us?
Welcome to episode 10, guys. All Gin Gamers.
Episode 10?
No, 110. Shit.
Drink up, buddy. Drink up.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers to that.
110.
He has no idea.
And we are here in Alaska. No, we're in Seattle. And we're here at PAX. We're attending PAX this weekend. That's why we're all here. And what is the date today? The 1st of September? Is that right? Did I get the date right at least?
Is it?
I think it is. Yeah. So
we have no idea.
Lose track of time at PAX.
Anyway, so yeah, we've been lost at PAX in the last couple days. So that's what we're talking about. This episode is primarily PAX and kind of what we've seen in the expo, what we've seen maybe panel wise.
Mm-hmm. We should say where we are right now. Actually,
we are at the. You might recognize this if you guys have seen this guy's channel here. His videos.
We're with Jesus.
Jesus.
Now I have to ask. I mean, now that you're here, does it look different? I mean, what is it? Smaller, bigger? How does it feel?
I actually envisioned it to be more open.
Yeah.
I didn't expect a wall behind me here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just expected it to be. It's still as awesome as I thought it would be, but it's more enclosed than I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the dungeon right here. You can't see it off camera.
Yeah, we have a gimp actually down in the floor over there.
That swing and the swing from the ceiling there.
That's crazy.
That's really, really neat.
Yeah. So
that's a nice touch.
Well, you know.
You know, it's crazy because when you watch a show, you don't see behind the camera, and then when you actually are at the place it happens, it's a lot different. It's cool. You got a great place. Thanks for having us over and letting us be here.
With the bright lights, like cooking you know?
Yeah.
I'm toasty.
Yeah.
Toasty.
How's the back of your neck?
Dude, a little toast.
A little toast.
A little toasty.
Put a little peanut butter on that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what have you guys seen? What have you guys seen at PAX that you guys have liked so far? We were able to go an hour early, which is nice on Friday, which is huge. I think we all saw the Wii U. Let's start kind of, I guess, go down the line, start with Pete.
Yeah, so I figured...
Impressions.
You got to think ahead. You got to use that first hour that they give you before the public gets in. You got to use it wisely. So I figured the Wii U would be the best thing to hit up because, well, that's going to be the most crowded later on. So first game I went to and played was Project P100, which is a game that not too many people are familiar with coming out for the Wii U. It's not the finalized game.
Okay, time out. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I saw that. And, okay, they don't even have it's a working title. They don't even have a title for it yet. So it seems kind of weird to me that...
What's it called? P100?
Currently Project P100.
That's kind of a weak title.
It's like, you think they'd at least have a title for PAX. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a good point, yeah.
That gets weird. I'm sorry, continue. But it was just, I had to jump in and interject because it seemed weird. My brother and I were both looking at them like, scratching our heads like, what? Project P100 is stupid. It's like, sounds like a droid from Star Wars or something, you know?
So it's sort of like a cross between, people are comparing it to a cross between Pikmin meets like Beautiful Joe. So think of it as the Pikmin aspect where you can control an army of characters, and Beautiful Joe where it sort of has that over-the-top, cartoony sense of humor and style. And I tried it out, and I have to say I was mixed on it. It's not the kind of game where you just want to jump in and play a demo at PAX and expect to be wowed, because it's a little bit more complex than, you know, it needs to be for a demo. It's interesting because it uses the touchscreen on the Wii U remote where you can just draw simple gestures to kind of transform the weapons your character gets in the game. And there's times where you'll be playing on the big TV and it'll transition onto the screen on the Wii U controller, which to me, I felt it was cool. It's demonstrating what the Wii U controller can do, but that's exactly what it's doing. It's just showing what the Wii U can do. It's totally not necessary where, you know, transitions the gameplay from up here to down here when it's something that can totally be done on the television screen. So that was kind of interesting. Did you guys get a chance to try that out at all?
I didn't try that game out specifically.
I saw it. I didn't try it, though.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, and you actually played it.
That's the first game I went to at PAX.
So, more like a tech demo.
No, it's a finished, like, they've got the core ideas in place. I asked the guy, but here's the problem when you go to PAX and stuff. The people that they have on hand for 95 or essentially 90% of the games here are not the developers.
Right.
Usually that's for the indie games, but people at like Nintendo booths, Microsoft, Sony, like I ask them specific questions sometimes, and I've gotten to the point now where I almost just stop because they're just people working for Nintendo and Sony. They don't know.
That's not necessarily true though. Like
Most.
2K, I went to the 2K booth and XCOM. They had an XCOM exhibit, and I don't know if you guys ever played it, but I had an interview. I talked to the developer. I talked to the head of PR, and it was really cool.
Then maybe it was just what
you had more. They're maybe more trained, but most of the people I talked to, they didn't know anything. I was asking them. So
we asked some people at the Square Enix booth about Tomb Raider, like specific technical questions, or just and they didn't know anything. And so we were just like, all right, well, thanks. The game's pretty.
It has to be just from Nintendo. It's got to be.
Well, it just kind of depends on the company, I think, how they handle it. But yeah, a lot of those people didn't know two shits about the Wii U,
Yeah.
What did you think about the Wii U, though? I mean, this is the first time you played it?
Yeah.
Underwhelming, I have to say. I mean, I'm still going to be there day one to buy that console and probably most of the launch games, but from what I played, nothing really stood out to me like, oh my god, I need this thing like right now. I mean, other games real fast that I tried out, Pikmin 3, looks great. They didn't allow you to use the Wii U controller with it. You had to play with a nunchuck and a Wii remote, which kind of defeats the purpose of demoing the Wii U.
Right.
They did have a map screen that you can watch and kind of watch your placement as you're moving around, but I was like...
You can move around your map, and it's weird.
The game looks good, but here's the thing. The graphics on all the games I saw, I don't know about you guys, but wasn't impressed. Like, it's on par, if not even below in some standards, like below the 360 and PS3 in terms of graphics.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
So, New Super Mario Brothers U, you guys play that?
Okay, here's my opinion about the Wii U. It's HD Wii. That's what they should call it. It's a Wii HD.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Nintendo usually puts out pretty good product as far as games. So, I mean, Super Mario Brothers Wii U look cool, but look no different than Mario
Same
Brothers.
exact
Yeah.
damn game as the Mario Brothers on Wii.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And here's the kicker, ready? If you're buying New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U, at least in its current state, I don't think they're going to change it though, or the Nintendo guy I asked him twice just to clarify because I almost couldn't believe him. If you play this game single player, it does not use the Wii U controller in terms of function, touch control, anything. All it will do is display the game on your controller so that if you want to have your grandma come over and watch TV while you want to play the game, you can do that. Multiplayer, though, does take advantage of it. So I was like, so it's an HD-ified version of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Not that I hate those games, but they just don't do it for me as much as they do.
Trine 2 also did as well. It basically just mirrors to the controller, so your grandma can watch like sports or whatever she, the cooking channel or something.
That game actually looks pretty cool though.
No, it actually looks beautiful.
It's currently out for like Steam, isn't it? Out for Steam and
like
Linux and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty legit, but yeah.
But what's the point of that little screen there? I mean,
I asked like 3 or 4 different Nintendo reps. How long's the battery last on this little tablet thing? I don't know.
They don't know.
I don't know. Like, how do you not know how long the battery lasts on this thing?
Nintendo didn't tell them, I guess.
It's very light. Did you notice that? How
it was in terms of comfortable.
I thought it was comfortable.
It was. It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the game I was most impressed with, and this is gonna throw all the hardcore gamers for a loop here. I was most impressed with Nintendo Land, specifically the what was it, Ninja? I forget what they call it exactly.
Yeah, where you
the Ninja game, where you, because it uses the Wii U in a very inventive way. You hold the Wii U controller on its side, and then you flick the touchscreen to throw ninja stars at like these little paper ninjas, and it kind of takes you through these different sets where they're like coming out of the trees. You gotta try and shoot them. But the really cool thing is it's not like the Wii where it just detects basic motion. It doesn't detect speed or force. If you slowly go like that, it'll throw it slowly. But if you go like that, it detects the force and it throws it further and harder.
By the way, at this point in the podcast, we should mention that there's also a video version of this when he's like
yes.
that.
Yeah. If you guys are listening to this podcast
versus that, he's not talking about.
I guess
we
didn't really say.
Pause the podcast and watch the video version, which will be up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And it's worth it because we don't have pants on. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of beers.
No pants.
No pants.
That's the rule of my man cave.
Now, did you guys play Nintendo Land? Yeah.
I did.
I didn't play. To be honest with you.
Do it. I'm telling you. Play that Ninja game.
Okay.
And that'll give you the best impression for the Wii U.
All right. I will. I'll check out tomorrow.
I was most impressed with that too, Pete.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
There were some other games there that I didn't get a chance to play. I know people tried out Batman, and I've heard not so good things about Batman on Wii U. People are saying it looks like a really bad port, frame rate issues, controller issues.
Especially when they were looking around, it was like laggy Pong.
Oh, really?
We should bring up, before we forget, Zombie U. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but supposedly a lot of people are liking it. Did you guys get a chance to play it?
Watched it. Didn't
I watched a lot of it, and it does
Yeah.
look actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should say there's still one more day for PAX for the three of us. Jason won't be there for tomorrow, but if we get a chance, I'm going to try and check that out. So. But we're not hating on the Wii U. We're still excited for its release. It's just the beginning of the console. You know, I have hope for it.
I'm sure there's a lot to come. You know, there's a lot that's going to change too. But
Look at the way the Wii started off. I mean, what did that have at first? Zelda, and that was a port of a GameCube game.
Right.
So look where it went from there. So
So you're saying you're not going to call it PU because it doesn't stink yet?
not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Fair enough.
That's too funny. Now, well, speaking of though, I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Vita launch, a little bit. Like a lot of people kind of jump in early. I actually had a hard time finding any Vita games. It actually took me 2 walkthroughs through the Sony booth to find the little area, and nobody was in there. Like when I
There's
went,
a ton of. I was going to say the complete opposite. I thought there was.
They didn't
Vita
like publicize it like
yes,
Vita.
that was my problem.
No big Vita sign here. Like they just had
Yeah.
little demo stations set up with little like signs for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one was playing the games.
and nobody was
Most
playing
of the games they had on hand were either out or they were games that like are not demo friendly. Like Little King's Story, I tried to play it. They drop you in the middle of nowhere, like you don't know what to do.
They had a Retro City Rampage was actually on the Vita, and they
Saw
had
that there.
made like it was like a 2-minute demo, and that was it.
wow.
I had a chance to play, and this game actually really impressed me on the Vita. It's beautiful, and that's the new Sly game that's coming out. I forget the subtitle, like Thieves in Time or so. I don't want to get it wrong, but it's Sly 4 that's coming out, and it's coming out on PS3. But the Vita version, I have to say, Vita skeptics out there, this game looks beautiful. Like if you get a chance to try it out, if they release a demo or something, and you have the Vita, give it a try. I might buy it on the Vita instead of the PS3. I don't know. I also tried out Persona 4 The Golden, which I know a lot of people are thinking of buying a Vita for this game, and I want to reassure all the Persona fans out there, it looks beautiful on the Vita, so good with that. I also played Ragnarok Odyssey, which is sort of like a Monster Hunter game. Really beautiful game. I'm definitely picking that up. You guys play anything else for it? Or?
We played. I don't remember the names of them, but we did play a handful of games on the Vita, and that is actually the first time I ever played the Vita. And actually, the screen is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know if anything convinced me that I need to pick up a Vita this year, and it was a little shocking how little people were playing it. You know,
When I went there was really no lines.
yeah, I mean, and there were lines everywhere,
Which is crazy because the place is packed.
Yeah, the place is packed, but yeah, people were ignoring the Vita. So I don't want to hate on it too much, but it's interesting to sort of see that. I don't know why that is. You know,
Sony just doesn't promote it very well,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like on the back burner for Sony. I think.
Which is so surprising for a new console. You think they'd be really
Yeah.
pushing this
No.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even a year old, is
They
it?
did the same thing with the PSP Go. I mean, they didn't promote it,
And that really just didn't
That just didn't go.
Yeah.
PSP
Yeah.
stopped.
Now
yeah.
there were
PSP stop.
there was a game at the Sony booth that I don't know if you guys played, but I finally played it. I know the beta was recently released, and that was for PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh
There you go.
my God, that game's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
care.
that Smash Brothers ripoff?
Now I don't care about the Smash Brothers rip-off shenanigans.
That was a pretty cool game too. I thought.
This game
It
is
was
just
like
fun.
Smash Brothers.
Yes, it
Yeah,
rips
it
off
is,
Smash
totally.
Brothers. It's a total rip-off.
It is.
The only difference is instead of knocking people off the stage, you kind of power up a bar to get different power levels to a special move, and then that's the only way you can get kills is by using a special move. So, for example, the first match I played, I didn't get any kills for the whole match. The end of the game, I activate my super, and I get 3 kills within a matter of 2 seconds, and I won the match.
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of those games online where there's going to be a lot of cursing flying around.
Yeah.
I have to say it was a lot of fun. The controls were good. The characters were interesting. The level designs are much better than Smash Brothers, I have to say.
Do you like Kratos, and they have a whole bunch of like the
I played as the little
Sackboy
cat.
was-
Sackboy was there. I played as
Yeah.
Parappa.
kick punch. It's all the might. I know it's crap for the rapper sauce. Sorry. So is that going to be a DLC or is that like a physical release or what?
Oh no, total physical
It's a
release. It's
physical.
also coming out cross-platform on the Vita.
Cool.
I think this is the first title where, I could be wrong, but if you buy it on the PS3, you get a download version for the Vita, and if you buy the Vita version, you get a download for the PS3.
They did that
That's
with
cool.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
MotorStorm, right? If you get it on one, you can download
Was that the
other.
Arctic one?
No, the RC one.
Oh, okay.
Motor-
Yeah, I
MotorStorm,
think you're right. Yeah.
I did play a game for the Vita now. I think I remember the FX Pinball.
I saw that there.
Yeah, that actually it was really cool. And they also, I know I was talking to the Sony rep. He said, check out if you have a Vita, check out Pinball Arcade. It's like they reproduce a lot of the cabinets,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cross-platform. So if you buy it on PS3 on PlayStation Network, you can actually port it over to Vita, no charges. Like cross, you can play for both systems.
Yeah, they're doing that quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's smart.
That's really neat.
That
Yeah.
is smart. Yeah.
So it's cool. So if you're into pinball like I am, it's cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out for the Vita. It looks pretty sweet. So
There was one more game by the PlayStation booth. I don't know if you guys got a chance to play it, but Little Big Planet karting. I tried it. I have to say I was a little worried because I think the Mod Nation Racers team is working on this, which is weird because they had the Little Big Planet franchise, and then they rolled out Mod Nation Racers, and then all of a sudden they're moving that back to Little Big Planet branding. I guess Mod Nation didn't work out for them the way they had planned. I didn't really care for Mod Nation, so going into this I was a little bit worried, but I have to say this game is going to be awesome. You can create your own levels just like Mod Nation, but it has that Little Big Planet feel where everything feels sort of handmade, like cardboard, cutouts all over the place. There's a really cool grapple effect where when you jump, you can grapple on the objects and it just moves and flows really well. The power-ups are fun. The game just feels good overall. So anybody that's a fan of racing games,
can you create your own track?
you can. It's totally customizable. So think
Dude,
Little Big
Jason.
Planet, all the
I'm
user-created
in line
levels.
for that shit.
Jason's
like
in
this
line
guy,
for
yeah.
that shit,
Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's cool. And can you upload the tracks in online, like just like Little Big Planet?
Totally, yeah.
and have, like, a
Everything
race?
you can do at Little Big Planet. You
Jason.
can even create your own carts. You can fully customize the carts.
Jason.
Oh, he-
Better
he's
clean
spazzing.
his
He's
hands.
spazzing.
Oh, God, he's passing out.
Bit of
He's
water in
foaming
his
at the
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah.
Foaming at the mouth. Please tell me more, Pete.
Hey, what was the
Oh,
other
there's
game?
a battle mode too.
Oh,
So
battle
unlike,
mode.
yeah,
Oh, watch
So-
yourself.
yeah.
What was the other game by Naughty Dog that they're coming out with? That's kind of the
Oh, The Last of Us.
yeah. The
Oh.
last one.
I
you play
did
that?
not get a chance to get into that yet because it's one of those like closed space
Yeah,
booths where they
dude.
don't let you record anything,
You know.
and people are waiting online like hours to play this game or see it. I don't even know if it's a demo or if it's just a video. I don't know.
Like the guy, like I asked him, like, "Hey, dude, can I do a quick interview?" But no,
You know what?
they were very secretive about this game. Like no footage, nothing.
What
Like,
was
they
going
were
on
like,
upstairs at the handheld area where Nintendo was? In the far left corner, there was like a Paper Mario something.
Oh yeah, I was
What
just
was
up there
that?
earlier. Okay, so
Because I was filming, and he told me to turn my camera off.
okay,
What?
so
Really?
And I pull up my badge. I'm like, even for media, like, can I cover it? And he's just like, nope. I'm like,
In a
okay,
public space
Nintendo,
like
you
that.
don't want.
I'm like, dude, okay, see you later. I just walked away. I'm like, cool.
So you want to know what's even more stupid about that? This game is coming out this year. They weren't even demoing it. They were having specific times during the day
Yeah.
where people can come up and watch this guy play the game.
Yeah, talk about
Okay,
it.
we've seen demos of this at E3 already. Let people play this damn
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
You know what? It must crash or something like that. That's something I can
Well,
think
that's
of.
not good. I mean, the game's due out pretty soon.
Well,
I'm just saying.
they have
I mean,
other guys.
Maybe they
standing
didn't have
around.
time to get a demo ready for
Yeah,
it.
that's what that sounds like. Is that okay? It crashes, and so essentially they're trying to make it. Everyone would comment negatively.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a piece of crap. It's almost.
That's
You know,
understandable.
It
but-
sounds to me being Paper Mario. It sounds like you got ripped.
Oh boy, ladies
Yeah,
and
with
gentlemen,
the
Mr.
filming.
Gabe's
Yeah.
81.
Get out. Get the fuck out.
he does it all over the country. You know?
There was another game close to that though that I got a chance to play and it was really good, and that was Epic Mickey Power of Illusion,
Oh, really? Cool.
which is sort of the spiritual sequel to Land of Illusion or Castle of Illusion, sorry, for the Sega Genesis.
Did you get the rabbit ears?
Yeah.
No, I think you had to go to the Epic Mickey 2 booth for those, and the line for that was like ridiculous because they were doing like live sketches of like Mickey characters.
Really
Oh,
giving
really?
those away?
Yeah, people go up, you request the character, and they'll draw it for you.
See,
and
that's
give it to
cool.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, my
totally.
goodness.
I might
Wow.
run there tomorrow morning, to be quite
Yeah.
honest.
Okay, I think
Wait,
the coolest promotion.
Can
I
we
don't mean-
still get in early?
No.
Oh, it's not. Just
The
one day.
coolest promotion
Yeah.
giveaway, I think, was Walking Dead. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Walking Dead, Telltale's games, they were giving away, I think they were like the first 70 or 100 people, a turkey leg. Okay, they were cooking turkey legs, and they had like a hand and like a bone attached to it. So you'd eat this turkey leg, and it felt like it was like a limb. It was cool.
What, it was
because
actual turkey?
It was actual turkey.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Wow.
It's a turkey leg. You just rip it, but there's like they stuffed it like they put a hand in it with a bone and a femur.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it was cool. And
Huh.
they're like-
Wow.
yeah, and they go there like 10 o'clock tomorrow, dude. Check it out. They're giving away for
Check
free.
that out, yeah.
So it's really cool. And I saw, I'm like, dude, it looks awesome. And it smells good too because you walk by there. But I did play The Walking Dead a little bit. You know, the first 3 episodes. The third one just came out. Episode 3 just
Okay,
came out.
I still got to play the second. I really
They've
love
gotten
the
really
first,
good
though.
ratings, like 8.5s and
Yeah,
9.0s.
it's a great. From what I played of the first episode.
I played
Good.
the first episode a little bit, and it's very story driven. You know, you have to read, but depending on what you say, it changes the whole outcome of the game. You can turn yourself into like
Yeah.
an asshole or
You save certain characters. Certain characters will die off. It'll change the story entirely.
So that's cool because you can go back and replay it as a different kind of choose your own adventure kind of style game, and I think that's really cool rather than just a game that you beat kind of linear that it's done.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a side. If you're a big fan of Walking Dead, it's a side story of it veers off, but there's aspects of the game that kind of combine the show and the graphic novel. Yeah. So.
And do major characters die off like in the show and the graphic novel?
Yeah, I think so. There's some
no spoilers, but there's some they kill off characters. And I don't read the graphic novel, but the show there's some major characters that.
In the graphic novel, that's the same way too.
Yeah.
And no one is safe. Huh. Cool.
It's cool.
So there's another game that I know Jason and myself, Heine, are pretty disappointed in.
Yeah.
And that's Sonic.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm excited, but go ahead.
Sonic All-Star Racing Transform. Now,
really?
A lot of our listeners know that Jason and myself, we played that game. We really, especially I played a lot of that game.
Especially Pete. Yeah.
Being the Sonic fan I am, really great. People
great.
might remember me
It's a great
saying that's
racer.
like the best kart racer to come out
He's
since Mario
badass
Kart
at it.
64.
Yeah, he's good.
So I go over there in the morning on Friday, and I play it, and I start playing it, and I'm like, no, there's no way. There's something wrong. The frame rate, absolute garbage. Now,
done that,
it was running on. It's coming out November 20th though.
Garbage.
It's playing on a PS3, so I'm like praying this whole time that the 360 version is not going to turn out like this. But the frame rate is almost making the game unplayable.
Yeah.
The controls just felt off. Maybe it was because I'm not used to using a PS3 controller, but the game didn't feel like the original. The level design's awesome, but I could not think the whole time. I could not stop thinking about the bad frame rate.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, the frame rate was horrible, and especially when it comes to racers and games that move fast, you have to have a solid frame rate. You really, really do.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me, that's a make or break game.
Now,
it's a Sonic game for crying out loud.
But the saving grace, and this is hopefully a good thing, it seemed like a beta version because they didn't have the super all-star moves implemented. There was no timer to show you your time.
No text or anything on it.
It'll get better.
It was very bare bones. So.
How many new characters and stuff, or new?
Yeah, they're adding in Gilius from Golden Axe 2, which is something I was hoping for a long time. They're adding in knights and a sort of
Which one's Gilius?
the green dwarf.
Oh, the dwarf. Yeah, cool.
They're adding in what's his name? The guy from Skies of Arcadia, Vice from Skies of Arcadia, which has surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
Knights from Knights into Dreams.
How about Echo the Dolphin?
You know what? That would actually, if they could fit Echo with a vehicle of some sort, because the game actually goes back and forth between land and water.
Right.
Seriously, yeah, like the cars they transform. Like I was Sonic, and he has this transforms into this boat with two props down there. It was really cool. Yeah. So actually, that could be a feasible.
Or he might make a cameo in there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, like jumping. Well, the whale is in the first one.
Oh, I know.
AGG whale.
Okay, what was the last Echo game? Was it for the Dreamcast? The last Echo
oh man.
Was it Dreamcast?
There was a sequel to. I think there was a sequel to the Dreamcast one after that.
Echo 2?
Some weird ass Echo. Yeah, that I didn't play.
I don't know. I love the.
I think people just forgot all about that series. I don't think it's ever making a comeback. Ever.
Speaking of racing games, did you guys play Forza Horizon? That's the Need for Speed version.
It was there. It was great. I didn't even see it.
You know what?
It's beautiful. So it's basically Forza, and you should check it out.
I forgot to go to Microsoft.
You should actually. I like the Microsoft.
I'll do it tomorrow.
A lot because essentially, unlike a lot of the other booths where you have to walk and sort of line up and stand there, theirs was all very comfortable. You walk up, you sit down.
Yeah, cool.
It's all very casual, and so they had that. They had Tomb Raider. They have a bunch of games in there. They have a FIFA soccer game in there. But you should check out Forza Horizon because
it sounds like. I mean, you said Burnout.
More like Need for Speed.
Oh, Need for Speed. Okay.
So it's more realistic. So it's definitely a racing sim, but then also it feels arcadey.
Yeah,
you're racing to the countryside, and all it's awesome.
Yeah,
we should note there's almost no racing games at this year's PAX.
Yeah, really, there's not.
Besides that, which I wasn't aware of, and Little Big Planet karting, but Sonic. Yeah, that's it.
So before we move on from the Sonic racing, though, two things I wanted to mention is, one, before they opened up, you go in there and you could race. Well, they were doing it after they opened up too, but they were doing a little tournament or competition rather. So if you raced on the track, the first track they have there,
Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, Super Monkey Ball. If you got under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, they would give you a limited edition. It's only available at PAX Prime. Pins, 4 pins, Sonic racing pins.
Wow.
You know, I was there for that shit.
Yeah, he was in line.
you win it?
I'm surprised I didn't see you there.
Here's this. Well, the first thing I went to was the Wii U, so
Oh, okay.
I went to that next. But okay, so I do it. I get 4 minutes, and you don't see the time while you're racing.
No, not at all. Yeah.
So I finish. I get 4 minutes, 30.9 seconds.
And what do you need?
4 minutes 30 seconds. So the guy there, he's like, "Oh, I'll try again. I'll be here all day." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm the first person to play your fucking game today. Like, I used my media time to come here and play your game, and like, come on. Well, anyway, I played it on B class, which is slower than A class. So I came back later in the day and I played it on A class and just like destroyed the time anyway. So yeah, I got my pins, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, and the guy told me too. The guy told me that these pins are only available at PAX, and he told me there's only 1,000 of them that he had to give out.
Wow.
So that is
they're probably gone by tomorrow, then. Huh?
That is an official Pete Dorr collectible.
Huh.
That's going in the collection.
Yep.
Wow.
There was actually some other collectible stuff here that was only available here. Like, for instance, the Batman book. Did you see that? So,
I grabbed that. Yeah, that's a really.
The what?
Are you sure that's not included in the collector's edition?
It actually says on it PAX Prime
Wait,
2000 or 2012 on it.
Wow.
So it may be, but that version of it is only for this.
Yeah, so it's like a hardcover art book with a soundtrack.
And it's beautiful.
And they just have them on a
Where'd you
table.
get
I didn't actually. John Hancock snagged one. I was really jealous.
that?
So
Wait, what? Where's this at? The Warner Brothers?
I don't know.
The Warner Brothers?
I think it's by Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
I think so. So you definitely want to get one because it's a type of thing like 10 years from now, Batman owners will just will be dying over this because it's all this beautiful artwork in there, all the characters, and and it's hardbound.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Really? They just give them away for free?
Mm-hmm.
No one even handed them out. When I went, they just had them on a table.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Holy
cool.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Snag that.
What do you like for that shit?
Yeah.
What else?
What else did we hit?
What do you guys think of Tomb Raider?
I didn't play it yet. I was watching people play it. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of Uncharted. Like you can tell they're going the Uncharted route, but I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think Tomb Raider needs to be rebooted every once in a while. I think it's time for it. I'm a big fan.
They should have a patch to make her boobs bigger, though.
You know what? You remember in the 90s, every game, they got bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
Huh.
And way smaller. Bigger boobs, way smaller.
Yeah. In today's world, they can actually add, like, physics like jiggle. So, just saying. Someone's got to say it.
Oh, I remember a game I played.
Moving on.
That reminds me.
Yeah.
I played Guardians of Middle-earth, which is a game I'm really looking forward to. And it's a MOBA game. So those of you out there that are familiar with like the League of Legends games, which by the way, League of Legends at PAX, holy shit!
Right. Actually, so
they might as well call it League of Legends Prime for crying.
Yeah, actually, so I have to tell a little story here. So my nephew from Texas flew up, and he's 18 years old, and he's a gamer. I didn't realize, I had no idea how big League of Legends is. I just didn't know.
It's crazy.
It's fucking crazy. Actually, he didn't care about any other game there other than League of Legends. And actually on the 6th floor, they basically were doing live
thing.
You know how much the winner gets for that shit?
$150,000.
$150,000.
And literally in line to get the swag bags. People were cheering. People, I mean, and we were down on the other floor. People were watching a live telecast of the 6th floor. And people were cheering on.
That's ridiculous.
It was crazy.
No, they have commentators like sport commentators.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they esports. I mean, I've watched it for StarCraft, and I have to say, it's exciting to watch that. Like for me, that's a sport. Watching someone play like StarCraft competitively, and that's what they were doing here. But everywhere you looked was the League of Legends. The queue line, League of Legends. Statues everywhere,
Cosplay.
League of Legends.
People were dressed up as cosplay. Like lots of people were League of Legends characters. It was pretty amazing.
They were even selling cosplay items up there on that floor.
Yeah, they were.
I saw so many like League of Legends hats. Like we even asked some guy. He was wearing some hat. I don't play it, so I'm gonna sound noobish. I don't know anything about it, but we're like, hey, what is that? How much was that hat? And he said it was like $40 for this little just like.
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason why. So I was very curious about this. So I was asking Will, my nephew, about it, and it's really interesting. I mean, he's like, oh, well, I've spent several $100s on this free-to-play game.
Wow.
I mean, and I don't think he's alone. I think a lot of people spend a lot of money playing that game.
And just to clarify what League of Legends is for people that don't know, essentially now...
How do you not know what League of Legends is?
Well, I'm sure there's people out there, but I didn't know what it was for a long time. But I think and this might be a little shoddy, but Warcraft 3, somebody made a mod where Warcraft, everybody knows you command armies and everything. You have hero characters, but somebody made a mod where you only use hero characters and you only control them and level them up. And they turned it into like a 5 versus 5 battle arena. So think like tower defense, except with like a RTS sort of aspect to it. And it became really popular, and it spawned all these different offshoots like Dota and Han. These are the abbreviations, but like Heroes of New Earth, Dawn of the Ancients, I think they call it. I'm playing one right now, which is Smite. I've mentioned it on the show before. That one's a little different because they zoom the view inwards and you get a more close-up view. But I have to say, I'm pretty addicted to Smite, so I totally understand these League of Legends kids. But I have to say, I didn't run into really any asshole League of Legends people, but the community, according to what I see online, those people are just assholes. So it attracts a really bad
Getting called
crowd.
out.
Yeah.
Careful.
You better straighten it up, people. Straighten it up.
So I played Guardians of Middle-earth, which is a MOBA game, but it's a very accessible one because guess what? It's not on the PC. It's on Xbox Live Arcade and PSN.
Okay.
So I waited in line for that, and the really funny thing is, who's in line other than Jason Heine's cousins?
Yeah.
The Dirty Dongles
Yeah.
and Justin, right?
Yeah,
Your other
yeah,
cousin,
yeah.
Justin.
Justice,
So
yeah.
they noticed me, and we end up on the same team.
Oh, it's over.
We didn't. The match was timed, so we didn't have
okay.
time to finish it. But
Still.
the really funny thing is, I'm playing the game, and in MOBAs you're supposed to do 2 versus 2 on one lane. There's 3 different lanes. So when you start off, everybody goes to a lane. So we see 2 versus 2 on top, 1 versus 1 in the middle, 2 versus 2 on the bottom. So I think one of your cousins like decided or I don't know, someone decided not to lane with me.
You fucked it up.
Yeah. So it was me versus 2 other people, and I'm playing as Legolas, right? So Guardians of Middle-earth is themed around Lord of the Rings. So I'm fending off 2 people, and I'm doing really good at it, and they were doing the commenting thing, like the live, like, sports announcing.
Right.
So they're like, my God, Legolas is, like, holding it off, and blah, blah. I was doing really good. So at the end of the game, like, one of the guys comes up to me, the commentator, and he's like, man, I was watching you play, like, how long you been playing MOBAs for? Like, you're really good. I was watching your technique, and I'm like, well, to tell you the truth, I just started playing Smite about a month ago, but I don't really play MOBAs. I don't play League of Legends. He's like, wow. And that made me feel really confident, you know? I'm ready to pwn some noobs when that game comes out.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
You better
That's
jump
right.
on
That's
that.
right.
Yeah. That's cool.
But the game was really fun, by the way.
Is that going to be free to play as well?
Well, it's going to be a download game on Xbox Live PSN, just like all the other games.
Yeah.
So you pay the initial 10 or 15, and you play, and it's really accessible because you don't use a keyboard. It's just really simple. Hold the right trigger, let go to use your attack. There's only 4 attacks per character. It's really simple, really fun. So I'd recommend for you guys, I know your cousins are going to pick it up.
yeah,
you know.
definitely. Yeah.
If you're looking to get into MOBAs, this is the one, especially if you like Lord of the Rings.
My precious.
Gollum is a playable character.
Is
Oh,
he?
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
So a lot of cool playable characters.
Yeah, I met up with them, and they said that they saw you, and they were, like, just raving about it.
Yeah.
Now, a smaller game I saw, I don't know if you guys played it or not, it's called Cognition. Have you guys heard of this game?
No.
It's a point-and-click game, and it's got a female protagonist. I think I forget her name. But her whole idea, it's a detective murder mystery. And I know, Mel Gis, you'd really like this game because she's going through, and it was cool because it reminded me of like the old Dagger Women Raw kind of hand-drawn, very cool artistic style. It's got the cel-shaded graphics to it. It's got comic kind of aspects to it too because the comic boxes like open up. And she can actually, she's a detective and she can kind of recall, she's the kind of psychic, she can recall things from the past. And you kind of use that in this game, and it's going to come out for iOS, and it's going to come out for Steam, and I know I looked at this game, I'm like, dude, I know Mel Gis, so like, it's called Cognition, so check it out. I think it's coming out soon, like fall or something like that. So.
You know something else I noticed? How
Okay,
big of
yeah,
a
yeah.
presence.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
How big of a presence iOS has at the
Yes.
PAX.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
mobile gaming. It's
night and
big.
day between last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's this green light thing for Steam that everyone like? Oh yeah, vote for us. You know? Was that
Yeah,
this new?
yeah,
What is
okay.
this?
So what it is now, I'm not sure if it's
It rolled out last week, so it's brand
if it's
new.
like, you know, the developers that we know, or if it's all indie. I don't know. Some of the games look pretty indie, but what Greenlight is, and it's all new right now. So correct me if I'm wrong, but what you can do is upcoming games that are going to come out on Steam, you can go on and actually vote and thumb them up. So that, and then after a certain amount of time, they actually pick whoever has the most votes, and that game will be released on Steam. So I don't know if this is like a, you know, a cool marketing thing, or to help indie publishers get their games up there, or developers,
Or throw
Make
them
it
under
harder.
the bus because it might make it harder. People aren't going to
Yeah.
vote for the indie games they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I really don't know the details, but it is new as of like a couple weeks ago or last week. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But
Awesome.
Yeah, you did see an awful lot of iPads and things like that
Oh,
at PAX. It was amazing. Huh.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, just as an example, I myself did not bring a 3DS or a Vita with me. I brought my iPad because it does everything I need it to do. Plays games,
Dude.
goes online.
I went to the, I don't know if you guys saw the Razer booth. You guys go to the new Razer booth?
No.
yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I had an interview with one of the head PR guys with Razer. He showed me this Razer Blade, this new laptop gaming machine. I don't know if you saw it.
I did. Yeah, actually, I played a game on it.
Dude, okay, so it has this mini screen that doubles as like a touchpad, right?
Yeah.
And you can actually do multiple tasks. So it has apps on it, so you can go like to Facebook, you can watch YouTube. While you're playing a game, you can do this through your keyboard. It's the wildest thing.
It's an actual monitor in the keyboard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I got to get know the PR guy really well. So I'm like, hey, if you need a review product,
Yeah.
you know who to contact.
Yeah, send
you know,
them my
what's
way,
up,
you
can
know,
send them
yeah.
my way.
That's
But
so funny.
no, it was really cool, and I'm like, wow. And it retails for like $2,500. So it's not a cheap machine, but it weighs about 6.5 pounds. So it's pretty light.
Wow.
For,
yeah.
and it's got, I don't know, maybe a 17-inch monitor. I'm not sure how big the monitor is.
Yeah, that
but
seems about right. It was doubled up to a big, I don't know, I'd probably say 30-inch maybe
yeah.
above it, for doubling.
So I was like, wow, man,
Pretty
this
cool.
looks pretty legit machine. They always come out with good products, Razer. So
Yeah, they had cool keyboards and
Their mice
there.
looks
Yeah.
trippy.
nice.
Yeah, they're like Transformer mice.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They got that one with like 50 buttons on the side. I mean, that's
Yeah.
gotta
Oh,
be
yeah.
for MMO
That's
guys. It's
crazy.
gotta be for you guys, right? I don't even know.
It's crazy.
But yeah, it was really cool.
I know John and I, we didn't go together, but we went to the Retro Game
Oh yeah, that was
Roadshow
cool.
panel.
Yeah, I actually I filmed that. I don't know if it'll be up on my channel by the time this episode comes up. I do plan on posting on my channel, my website as well. And a little disappointed, to be honest, because there were only about 5 people who brought things.
It was
in.
the most disappointing one I've
Five?
It was because here's the deal.
What?
They brought it during. They did it during the day. Most of the time, they do it at evening time. So I don't know. I think it really made a big difference. But people brought in some cool stuff. Nothing like super rare.
Basically, if you brought in anything to this show and you wanted it to get appraised, it would have been shown on the screen.
Right, it would have
in the
been
past, they had so many people bringing stuff, they'd like have a line of people at the end of the show coming up to them after the show is over to get it appraised.
So some examples of what people brought in. The guy brought in a light gun for the Odyssey, original Odyssey, but it was like just the carts and it was like the manuals and the overlays and stuff like that. He didn't want to bring the actual rifle because it looks like a real gun.
Wow.
Bring it on a plane, obviously, and like when you actually cock it, it makes like a huge noise and like sound.
Wow.
So you obviously don't want to walk into a convention with a
Back
huge,
in the day, they didn't care.
Yeah, really. So I understand that. Another one was guy brought in a Wonder Swan, a Final Fantasy Wonder Swan bundle. Nothing like
rare
too
or
rare.
anything,
Maybe
like
it's
60,
like
70 bucks.
60, 70 bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even 100.
Yeah. What's another item that the guy brought in? Pete?
Oh, the marble man.
Oh, okay. So this guy had a board, arcade board, and it was turned out the guy worked at Atari back in the day, and he just saw it laying there, and they were gonna basically throw it away. He grabbed it. It's missing the ROM chip, some of them, so it's not complete by all means, but it's the sequel to Marble Madness. And it's called Marble Man or something like that.
Marble Man?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, and they actually put eyes in like a mouth on the ball, and like they made it weird.
That's kind of
Wow.
weird.
Yeah, so they
That's
said
trippy,
it's super rare. So like, there's only like one actually ROM.
One other one known like
floating around that a guy
known,
owns it. It hasn't been ripped to a MAME or ROM or anything like that, so it makes it even more rare because
wow.
you can't actually like, play it. You know,
Wow.
because they say when games get ripped, meaning like it goes to a ROM, it obviously depreciates the value of the game quite a bit. So so that was kind of cool. And they said in the condition that it was about $500. I think they say.
Wow, and
But-
incomplete,
But
non-working.
if it was working,
15,000.
15 to $20,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But the problem with the panel was, despite the cool items, like since there was so few, I think they dragged on a bit with some of them a bit too long.
Yeah, they
like
did.
With the Wonder Swan and stuff. What was the? They brought in something else. What was the other item?
You know what should have happened there though is that somebody should have brought in a copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time,
Oh,
the
shit.
collector's
damn.
edition.
Shit. Okay.
If someone were to find this in the wild,
Oh man.
Okay.
and
we gotta go to the
and-
story.
and,
This is
and,
crazy.
and practically, I don't. This
Look at what he
sound
did.
familiar?
Look at what he did.
Okay. All right.
You
so
gotta go there now.
Let's go back.
Look at what he did.
We're gonna backtrack a little bit because I think it was Thursday afternoon day. I landed.
Yeah.
And
goodness.
I call up Mel Jesus, and I'm not going to be here on Monday, so I know these guys are all going game chasing Monday. But so I'm called MJR, and I'm like, hey, dude, let's hit up some games that we can. So he takes me to the first spot is another castle, which is in Edmonds, a little north of here. And we hit it up, and cool place. I mean, it's like a half. And you guys will be there on Monday. I'm sure you guys will enjoy.
Yeah.
Half of it's arcades, and there's great tour video that Jason did on your channel where he kind of highlights the place and house. So definitely check that video out because it really does a good job highlighting and showcasing the floor. But basically, you walk in, there's like, I don't know, maybe 20 different arcades.
Yeah, probably.
And then they have a bunch of great systems and games. Everything from like ColecoVision, Atari to NES, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, or even new stuff like
new
Xbox
stuff too.
and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
they carry all different generations. Yeah, which is cool. So we're almost about to take off, and this guy comes in.
And just to describe the guy, like he's older, thin, kind of stately looking. He's got gray hair. I mean, he looks like an executive or something like that.
So he has a plastic bag, okay, and he's holding it very carefully, plastic bag,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of puts on the counter. Says, I'm looking to sell this, and
So he makes the clerk like open it.
Yeah. So So
Open this.
And I see it. I'm like,
Jason points out. Okay, so the basic backstory: this guy used to work for Nintendo.
yeah,
Okay,
20 years.
20 years at Nintendo, has all this rare shit.
Like
okay?
like in storage.
Never been touched. The guy, I guess he has a huge storage bin. Never really plays games, but he took them all when he worked for Nintendo and whatever.
Wow.
He has all these manuals, Super Mario RPG, never used.
They don't even
Strategy
look like
Guide,
they've been opened.
never used. Like no C's,
Unbelievable.
not even like a little bit,
Yeah.
right? All these box games. One of those games happened to be Zelda Ocarina in Time Collector's Edition. Man, Jason, you saw
Sealed.
a copy. See, you guys all
I
saw a
saw
copy.
it. Yeah.
I inspected it. The thing is like mint.
Mint.
Like, no
It-
scratches on the plastic at all. No dents. In the
mint.
It
box.
looks
Yeah.
like it was made today.
It does.
Yeah.
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 I was looking at it and like how sometimes you'll go grab a game and like your fingernail will maybe like hit a part of it or put a ripple in it. Nothing.
So my mouth drops a little bit because I'm not exactly sure how rare this game is, but I know something special has walked in the door, and I'm like amazed. I'm like amazed. We're here. This is happening, right? And so my heart's starting to go a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, something's gonna go down here. Like this could be special,
And
right?
yeah.
And so I come over to you, and I'm like, dude, I think this guy's trading some stuff. You go over there, and you're like, oh shit. And so you immediately get on your phone. You're like, okay, let's see how much this game is worth.
Yeah, I gotta look that shit
And then
up.
and then you go and then at some point you go, well, I think it's worth a lot if it's graded, like if it's VG
graded.
graded.
VG graded,
Which
$4,000.
we've discussed on the
And you
show
sh-
before. It's very controversial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's good to know with something so rare and unusual like this, just sort of like what the options are.
Yeah.
Because we were really at that point concerned, like how much is this guy going to get? How much is the store going to ask for?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was almost literally about to jump in and like, dude, I'll buy that fucking free for $100. I was willing to go in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
No,
You get
literally.
kicked out of the
You're gonna
Mel
get
just
gangstered. You're gonna get
Mel
hit with
just
it.
Rock said, hey, look, he stepped me back. He said, John, just think about what you're doing right now.
And actually, that's because I've made that mistake. I was at the
Yeah.
store last year, and a lady brought in her entire Dreamcast collection.
Oh wow.
And she wasn't a gamer, and she basically told the guy and there was Mars Matrix, and there was Gunbird, and there was all of these great Dreamcast games in there. And basically, I told her, I'm like, oh shit, I'd love to buy all those. I'll give you such and such. And the owner of the store corrected me. He basically looked at me like, and rightfully so. I was trying to snipe his I mean that was
Can't
his
blame him.
merchandise to have. It's his
She was
store.
bringing it into him.
Yes. And so I understood it. I was like, okay, and I apologized. And so it's so tempting to do in the moment, though.
Yeah.
I was
Be-
so
Especially when it walks
It's
in
like,
right next
well,
to
you
you.
know,
the owner
honestly, I'm
offers
like,
100. You
I was
offer
sitting back in my mind, I'm
150.
like, you know what? I don't fucking live here. What the fuck? I'll probably never buy this.
You know, you're only visiting with
But-
Mel Jesus. He goes
But
there every
on the
week.
same note, I'm affiliated with this guy right here,
Yeah.
Mel Jesus, and I didn't want to put a stain on our mark on his strong relationship with the owner.
That's a stomping ground.
It's a stomping
basically,
ground. Yeah, I don't want to cockblock him, So, but
And actually, at this point, I was thinking, I mean, I'd like to buy this actually.
yeah.
We got a battle
So-
here, folks.
Yeah,
We got a
exactly.
battle.
Yeah.
No. It was yours at that point. I think we were now it's just simply like, okay, how much are they going to give the guy? Because is it anywhere from like $100 to $4,000? What is it? $2,000? You didn't know.
We didn't know.
And actually, to make matters worse, he goes there, I guess, a lot, and he just dropped it off, and so they didn't actually complete the transaction.
Complete it, yeah.
And so you basically very smartly were like, hey, I'd like to buy this, or at least be considered.
Yeah, so he put me in a log, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he got right away. the employee, the manager of the store, got on the phone with the owner. So you knew right away.
Immediately, all
He
of a sudden,
knew,
he's
he knew
in the
that
back
there was
room.
rare, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, and not only other games he brought in was like a Perfect Dark Unopened, like all these other games. He brought in a Mario World and Mario All Stars 2-in-1 compilation. You know.
Oh yeah,
cart.
yeah.
But that was loose, obviously, because I don't think that was ever packed separately. It was always
I think
came
it's with the console,
Yeah.
right? At one point.
So he brought that in.
Mm-hmm.
Some other, I don't know what other.
Yeah,
games
just a
he
stack of stuff.
brought in.
Yeah.
Very rare, very.
I mean,
unique
all
games.
these have never been played, never
Yeah,
been used.
they're all
it was just
immaculate.
like immaculate.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, put my name on the list. He's like, cool. To get manager, to his credit, he was really cool. And he's like, I'm like, how much are you gonna be asking for this? He's like, oh, probably 150. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, take my card.
All right,
Yeah.
here's my
Yeah,
card.
you know.
Yeah.
So he calls me. He ends up charging a little bit more than that, but they did call me.
Mhm.
I ended up paying $300 for it, but it's like perfect condition.
I think that's a very fair price.
Zelda collecting right now is absolutely batshit insane.
Yeah.
So I think you made the right move because it's only going up. Nintendo stuff in general is going up, but Zelda especially is insane. Like, did you guys see that Zelda prototype that apparently was put up?
I heard about this. Yeah.
For like 50,000 or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, at the very least, you could take that game and put it in your own plastic case, whether you want to have it graded or not, and that will only go up in value because the condition of it is so incredibly perfect.
Honestly, I'm paranoid even handling the thing.
How's he gonna bring it home?
Yeah.
How am I gonna bring it home?
Yeah.
I do not want to destroy it because it's so immaculate right now. It's perfect. And
Yeah.
another game I picked up though, Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Congratulations.
I'm a little bitter about that. No. I'm teasing you, man.
My bad.
No.
Did you plan on getting that, dude?
No,
honestly?
no. But every time I go in there, I tell them that.
Oh, you
that's
got
my
that in
copy.
Amazing Heroes?
No, and that's the thing. There's 2 more copies in this town.
Oh, okay.
So, but actually, I think you got a good price on that because that game often will go up to for 300.
Yeah.
You know, and you got it for less than that, which is actually good.
Yeah, you paid about market value.
And they got the Metal Jesus discount, 10% off.
Sweet.
So
Can't beat it, you guys.
that.
Can't beat
Yeah.
it.
That's one game though that's worth the price of admission. Like if you're gonna spend a lot of money on a game, Panzer Dragoon is a game that's worth spending the money on because you can't play it any other way right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't download it. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
do
not
ROMs.
available, is it? Yeah.
You can do it. I don't know if there's a ROM. If there's a ROM out there, but Sega Saturn ROMs are supposedly terrible.
glitchy as shit.
Yeah.
But that's a game that you should enjoy if you like RPGs. It's very
I will
different.
check it out. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Never
cool.
play
You got
anything
that.
else like
That's cool,
it.
you got
So.
My bad, dude.
No.
And if you want a Zelda, dude, my bad because you saw it first.
No. And, to be honest, I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at, and you knew. And I knew it was something special. That's what I knew.
Okay.
I was like, oh shit, I know that this is collectible. This happens to me all the time, by the way. Is when I'm out, like with the Game Boy and like all this shit that I find.
We should follow up on that Game Boy, by the way. All right, so 2 episodes ago,
Let's clear the air on this.
Metal
Yeah.
Jesus mentioned he got a brand new and sealed Zelda Link's Awakening original Game Boy sealed. He found it at a garage sale for $2.
Yeah.
And he says, I opened it up because of the batteries. I'm like, Metal Jesus.
I was in trouble at
I go
that
on
point.
eBay, one sold for like $400. I'm like,
You send me the link. You're like, see what you could, or I forget what you said.
Look what you did, you little
Yeah,
jerk.
dumbass.
but it's been verified that we think it was like resealed or opened very carefully and put back
Well,
very
it
carefully.
didn't have the plastic.
Because
yeah.
the dead giveaway, you opened it up with John Hancock.
Yeah, so John came over, and that's the first thing. He rushes down here, and he wants to take a look at it. And so it had too much packaging in it.
Well, it has 2 receipts inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a dead giveaway. The receipt
the receipts are
is inside.
Yeah.
And
Now, wasn't it shrink
3
wrapped as well?
posters. Yeah, there's no plastic inside. No, and there's
Yeah.
3 of the same poster.
And they're all Metroid.
And so what's really weird about it is that so for instance, it was sealed for me. And so I basically ripped off, and I actually tore it on that one side, and I used my fingernail on the bottom to get the batteries out. So for me, it felt like it was sealed, but it's weird that I don't know what the deal was. Do you
It
think
seems
it was
like
sent
some kind
back
of
to them?
shoddy deal where somebody like pulled a fast one. I don't know what the story would be, but it seems like somebody bought one, or like returned their other one and like tried to get. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't working.
And
I
why
don't know.
sell it to me for $2? If that's
Either
the
way,
case.
you got
It's
a
weird.
steal on it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I mean,
Either
it's
way.
actually, but John did confirm that the copy of Zelda in it doesn't look like it's ever been inserted in anything. So it's
For $2 though, honestly, I would have just even bought the box.
Oh,
Even if it was
Yeah.
empty.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing
I
about
mean,
and
you can't go wrong with that.
this is the problem I have though when I go out sometimes, and I think it's because I'm in the land of
good.
Nintendo.
You know what? I'm just looking at right now. No, look at this. Look at this. It has absolutely been resealed. You know why? It just hit me. You know how they seal them?
Yeah.
And when they put the price sticker on the seal, look, you've got a Nintendo Here's her stamp back here on the box, and here's a price tag. There's a price tag on it. You know, when they seal it, the price tag goes on over that.
Let me ask you
Is
this.
it shrink wrapped?
Let me.
That's what I mean. It's shrink wrapped, and then the price goes
What
on.
is this back here? Because this piece is in here as well. What is that?
This is the proof of purchase.
Okay, so
And what we're looking at, people, if you can see that, we're looking at the proof of purchase up top. Now, typically what happens here, and I've got some consoles and box that do this, but this is the UPC for it, but then this here, they actually will handwrite the purchase date.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like your authentic badge showing that you purchased it on this day. This is for warranty.
So there is no shrink wrap because this wouldn't be underneath the shrink wrap if that was the case, because they wouldn't put the date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. It's odd. It's very odd for how. So you see where it's tore right here.
Yeah.
This is because I folded that back right there.
Right.
So I basically just pulled it.
Still.
So wait, okay,
you
so
tore that?
I'm wrong in this because it was never sealed. So this was
Metal.
Jesus. No,
I figured.
Jesus.
Here,
It was
let
never-
me just say, for the record, anytime in the future that I go out and I find something that is Nintendo related that I think might possibly be valuable, whether it's Zelda next week when I go to that store, and that guy brings some other amazing game in there, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to
call
call
us.
one of you. Pick
Yes.
up when I call,
Just call us.
and I'll ask you.
So actually, from brand new, this never came shrink wrapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never,
Yeah.
because this was the seal on the sides.
Yeah.
Okay, the little tabs. That was the factory seal.
Yeah. So
That was put on by them. This was put on by them with a warranty card.
So I think what happened was I broke this one with my fingernail. This one right here I peeled, but they must have pushed it on there or something like that.
Maybe they, like, did you physically hear it and feel it tearing when you pulled it off?
Not as bad as I think I expected it to. So
Well, either way, I
Yeah,
mean,
whatever.
it was. There's no way it came shrink wrapped. You know, it couldn't have.
I don't know. So, anyways, it was.
That is an awesome $2 straight
I
jack.
don't know where it went. That's so weird.
That's really cool.
It's a
though.
great game, and I love Link's Awakening. It's like great.
Wait, let me see that.
Is the game
Yeah,
itself
you can-
hard to find?
No.
You know, us gangsters, we know how to tell the condition of a game. It's not by looking at it. Pete's laughing because he knows.
Smell
What?
Yep, it's never been played. Put it away.
it. If you ever see a complete copy of
That's kind of weird. You guys are doing that.
Link's
by the way.
Awakening on Game Boy Color, that game's worth quite a bit right now. So.
You can keep it.
No, it really smells.
We got our boogers all over it.
That's definitely used.
Got a little chowder on it.
Yeah. So
I'll give you a nice Rude Awakening.
I'll give you $5 for
They're
it.
gonna change the name from
yeah.
they're gonna change the name from Link's Awakening to Rude Awakening.
see, for me, that's my first Game Boy, so I had no idea.
Oh.
Isn't
Hey.
it funny?
That's awesome.
Actually,
What
the
a
first
score for $2, honestly.
You know, next time you do anything, just call us.
I've made mistakes. Pete knows I've made mistakes at opening sealed games. I mean, I'm not gonna bring that game out because I don't want to.
You just did.
You know?
just did.
But I'm not gonna say what game it was. You guys can do the math and figure it out. But yeah, we've all made those mistakes. Mel just said don't worry about it. So
Yeah, yesterday I opened up the Zelda to make sure it was complete.
make sure the game was in there.
I found a sealed copy of Chrono Trigger. I opened it just to make sure.
It was real. Then I
How much is a sealed copy of Chrono Trigger?
I think they go for like 1,500,
Yes.
1,000 to 1,500 or
Holy
more
shit.
these days.
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
So that's gonna be your centerpiece. Your Zelda.
Is it?
Are you talking to me
You-
or this
yeah,
Zelda?
no, for
Zelda-
you.
Oh, for
You're
you.
confusing me because this is Zelda. I got Zelda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Your collectors you bought.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be
And I
cool.
said this to him yesterday. I hope he invites me over for Thanksgiving, because I expect when I come into his house, instead of the little harvest fruity fruit stuff on the center of the table, whatever it is, it's gonna be Zelda.
It's gonna be like the turkey, you know,
Turkey,
potatoes,
gravy,
stuffing.
Zelda's right there.
Zelda.
In a plastic.
Acrylic case,
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
can put it, protect it.
Yeah.
We should mention we went to another place besides PAX.
Oh yeah, Dorky's, yeah, that was
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was good times. First time for, I know Jason's been there before.
Yep.
And first time for Mel
Mhm.
Jesus and Pete. What'd you guys
Yeah,
think?
good time.
Actually, I have to say, I was not expecting a lot because I'm like, well, you know, it's in Tacoma, which is a place I don't typically go. It's a little bit of a drive, and it was completely worth it. Actually, I think it's one of the best arcades certainly I've gone to in a long time, just because there's so many great old games there.
And the atmosphere was cool. DJ music.
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
classic
Well, the music was a bit. We couldn't converse at all.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
little
loud.
loud.
Little loud.
Little loud.
Yeah. Like we were doing sign language. Like Jason's trying to tell me how to do some moves in Mortal Kombat 2, and like it was tough.
It started like I was like yelling.
He actually started like going, instead of telling me like up, up, down. He was like going.
I did, and then I'm like, we were playing. I'm like, for Raiden, you know the move where you shoot across the screen. I'm all
pointing. And for those who are not watching the visuals, he's pointing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm pointing. I used my pointer finger and pointed to the
Did
right.
You say porno finger?
Porno finger.
Yeah, it almost sounded like your porno finger.
That smells.
Is that what it is? What game was that? Well, you were playing the guy game earlier, you know.
The guy game. Ah, that's good. We should bring that too. No, we were playing the guy game a little earlier.
John was.
Yeah, John was.
By himself.
Certainly I wouldn't.
Just saying.
I was.
Yeah.
Although I noticed there's no manual on that, Jason.
Where's that manual? Never mind. Let's leave that there. We'll leave that right there with you, buddy.
I'll explain that later.
I think I saw it upstairs.
So yeah, Dorky's is a cool spot.
Really cool.
Yeah. So they've added more machines since last year.
And the funniest thing, right? Dorky's, all the machines are working perfectly. They're beautiful. The one machine in the whole entire place that wasn't working was what again, Jason?
Shut up, Pete. You know what? They're like, Heine's coming. Let's turn this one off. Killer Instinct wasn't working.
Where was it? In the back or what?
It was.
I didn't see it.
You know, and it was even in the corner.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
Oh,
See,
like it's shamed.
It was
like
off.
Shamed.
It was off.
Oh.
Pete got some footage. I was very distraught
So-
and cried a lot.
Who all went with Nick and Sarah, and who else went with us? We went just so we can.
John Hancock.
John Hancock, yeah.
Mrs. Metal Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was a fun little trip down there, actually.
It was good.
Good times.
Comeback Kid. Don't forget.
Comeback Kid, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we had our meetup today, YouTube meetup, which was cool.
Quite a
So-
big turnout.
People are so generous. I'll
They
tell you
are,
what. I mean,
they
I
are.
know you guys got some stuff.
Yep.
And I just want a big thanks to Chris. Okay, you guys, I remember this before. Jaguar CD, there's one game I'm missing in my collection.
Oh, wow.
You know, Primal Rage. I mentioned this before. It's the hardest game to find on the system. And Chris is like, dude, I got something for you. I'm like, all right, well, appreciate it, man. Are you sure? Whips out Primal Rage, gives it to me.
Jag CD.
Jag CD.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was speechless. I'm like, dude, are you for real? For real?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
trolling you. He's like, nah.
Are you like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Troll,
dude, are you just gonna give me this? And they're like, psych, you know, like
Just
joking,
beelines
you know.
out the door. Like,
Yeah.
No, so Chris, if you're listening, man, I really appreciate it, and I know he probably is listening because he's a big fan of the show and big supporter of us, and we all appreciate that. And we look forward. He's gonna have a panel at Portland Retro Gaming Expo with John. You guys know that?
Yeah, I heard him talking about that. We have to check that out.
Yeah, so we'll be there. Definitely look forward to seeing you down in Portland, man. And I just can't say thank you enough. I mean, it was awesome. I know you guys got some stuff too.
Yeah, thank you to Ryan, who hooked me up with some awesome Sonic stuff in my collection that I didn't have. Once again, he seems to do that. He did that last year at PAX.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Yeah, he gave me some stuff too, and I have a bag for you in my car. Remind me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't see him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
cool.
thank you
Thanks,
to
buddy.
Comeback Kid, who hooked me up as well with a Sonic game, Sonic and Knuckles. I think it was on the PC. So definitely,
cool.
thank you.
Okay. Last episode, we were talking about Mr. Heine.
Uh-oh.
He was late last year.
What I do now?
All right, and we said, Jason, you were late last year. Oh, I won't be late. I think.
Oh,
we
this
should
is
play
bold.
this.
This is
I
so.
won't be
Oh, my
late.
goodness.
No,
Come
you
on,
were late, buddy.
no.
Seriously.
And I said straight up. I said, Jason, 3:00 out in front. All right, I won't be late. But
It's stupid. You guys were early. You guys were like
3:15 rolls by.
Oh, no.
We're like, what?
Oh,
3:20 rolls by.
3:30.
No, I was
3:30
9 minutes
rolls
late.
by. No
9.
way.
No.
I got text messages to prove it, dude. He was more than 15 minutes late.
Delete them.
So I'm like, are you on your way? What's the deal? He finally shows up.
Were you napping again?
No.
What do you do?
What
Like
was the
rub one
deal?
out before you come, and you have to take a nap or something?
I was
What the hell?
playing my new copy of Zelda Limited Edition. I was 9 minutes late, and I got. You know what? How about this? What matters the most is that I was in the picture this year with the family here.
This is true.
All right,
This
so
is true.
lay off me. I'm starving.
So next year we'll say
You need to tell me
we
it's
should
at
trick him,
2:30.
basically.
We'll say
Yeah.
2:45.
2:30.
Yeah. Okay.
2:30, guy.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
it's gonna be instead of Saturday. We'll say it's gonna be on Friday, and then maybe he'll show up on time.
This sucks because
maybe he'll show up.
if
on time.
anyone knows me, I am like a stickler when it comes to just being on time and being prepared.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And,
Excuse me.
you know,
Excuse me.
I keep
Excuse
screwing
me.
it up. I'm sorry. Bad impression. Do as I say, not as I do.
I had one little 5-year-old came up to me. He's like, "Where's Jason?
Oh, get out. Get out.
Where's Jason?
I've only
out.
got 4
I
minutes.
got 8
Yeah.
That's 8 minutes.
Get out of
before I
here!
have.
You guys are ridiculous.
I'm dying of cancer.
Okay,
I'm like, "Oh,
okay. Here, you can just text him. You know.
It's my dying wish to meet Jason Heine.
Yeah, not likely. Not likely. Yeah, next year I'll be. You know.
It was. I think he was not. I think he was with the Make a Wish Foundation. I think that's what it was. And they
Wait, there really was a kid?
Yeah, they flew him from Make a Wish, and they
Oh, this
flew
is
him in,
bullshit. Now they're screwing
and
me.
it was his one final wish
I gotta get off this
to meet
podcast.
Jason Heine, the Emmy review. But you weren't there.
Yeah.
How's it make you feel?
And this is the fucking emo review right now. You're a dick. No, the YouTube meetup was awesome
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
when I was there.
Yeah, the portion that you were there was great. It was great.
Yeah, no, Comeback Kid hooked me up with
Yeah.
with an
Yeah,
awesome game.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like, "Hey man, I got it for $1. Check this out." And it was like, you know, I'm really into like the wacky racers and you know the off the wall
Yeah.
racers, especially those like, you know, those licensed games that really suck. I don't know, I like them, so I'm into that. But he pulls out a game called Toon Racers, I believe it is. Toon Racing.
Motor Tune Racing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Motor Toon Race. Yeah, something
And
like that. For the PS1.
PS1, yeah, thank you. And I had never heard of it, played it, or seen it. And I was like, just, you know, humbled. You're like, wow, cool. You know, I've never heard of this. This is great. Really looking forward to trying it out. And then Pete comes in, and Pete says,
It's a pretty uncommon game. I mean, it's like a 30, upwards of 40 sometimes used game. And the really cool fact about the game was, I don't know the guy's name, but the creator of the Gran Turismo series, this is the racing game that he worked on before Gran Turismo. So it's sort of this really, really over-the-top cartoony animation, not animation, but it looks like a cartoon.
right.
You compared it to what again? You said it looks like something.
Dude, it looks like, okay, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It looks like the taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Like, it almost makes you think like they had like some kind of, they were planning on doing a Who Framed Roger Rabbit like racing game, and maybe they lost the licenses, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of changed. They made Who Framed like the Roger Rabbit to make it like a dragon or something like that, you know?
Right, right.
And but the car looks just like it.
It does.
I know KBK's listened to this. He's like, $40. Fuck.
Yeah, you should have seen his face. Well, I actually went back to him, and I told him, and he was like, "Oh, really?"
It usually falls more around 30, but it's not. It's an uncommon game, so
He
it's
paid
not
like
always
50
up for
cents
sale.
for it or something.
Yeah, he
a
said
dollar,
it's 50
something
cents
like
a dollar, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's really the thought that counts, and I mean, we're talking about it now, so I really appreciate that, and I'm definitely going to play it. I'm going to let it sink in, and then I do want to do a review on it and expose that. It's really cool. So,
Yeah.
Comeback Kid, you know, great move there. It was awesome.
And then I got a copy of Space Quest Collection, which was pretty awesome. So classic Sierra games.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, awesome. And then also he gave me a copy of No One Lives Forever strategy guide,
Nice,
which is again
dude. Nice.
kind of an unusual.
That first-person shooter that you know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you know, it was just awesome seeing everyone. I mean, despite I know it makes we thank you for that and that, but really, it's just ultimately it's great to see you guys. You know, whether you give us stuff or not, we're not expecting anything, obviously. And
Right.
it was just awesome to see everyone. And we had someone from the UK. I know someone from Iceland.
That dude was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very cool, and it was a little bigger than last year. So every year it's getting a little bigger. It seems
Yeah.
like.
That's why we do this. That's why we even do a YouTube meetup, because we like to meet you guys and talk to you and hang out. It's really cool. We have great conversation and
When you're there.
eat,
When you're there.
eat poop.
Another cool thing, my brother though, I want to say this mention this real quick. He has a buddy who works for Microsoft,
Oh, yeah.
and he hooked
This is
me
cool.
up. Greg, my brother Gary, I think is
Gary?
probably the best.
Gary the
you
cat
know,
killer.
Cat killer.
The cat killer. He hooked
Rap,
me
rap.
up. He's like, John, I got the system for you. You may not have it in your collection, and he shows me it. It's the debug kit for the Xbox, original Xbox, and so it kind of looks like that Halo. You can't see it's off camera,
Yeah.
but it's like the green, transparent green color. And it says debug kit. It's got all these weird hookups and stuff on the back. It didn't come with a power cord, but it's a standard power cord that will work. And who mentioned that there might be some programs on there that?
Yeah, so often those. So for instance, in Portland, one of those debug units showed up, and it actually had
Like a Sonic game,
the
right?
unreleased Sonic skateboarding,
skateboarding game,
was on it in its near finished form. And so often these debug units just have whatever they were last working on.
Wow.
And
Just
so-
random software hanging out in
Yeah.
there.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow,
so
that is
so
so
when
cool.
you get home and turn
Dude.
that thing on,
Has he ever played it? Or
I
fired
don't
it
know.
up?
It's got like a mother game, I think, on it. That they've never been
Oh.
Something
released
about
to.
Earthbound.
Yeah,
Uh,
Earth.
Yeah, the unreleased, yeah.
For the
I mean-
Xbox.
Yeah.
that no one ever knew about.
Yeah, fan made.
Nintendo decided to work with Microsoft on it. It was a collaboration.
Yeah, they're good friends, you know.
Yeah.
No, so I mean it's awesome, and it was really nice of my brother's friend to give him this. I mean, it was just they were for Xbox, one of those things that he saw on the counter there. They were gonna throw it away, and he snagged it. And it comes with a really cool cardboard box, and it has like Microsoft sticker on it. It's all high written numbers and stuff on that, and it's pretty cool. No controllers or anything like that, but obviously normal controllers work. I didn't even know if there was a debug controller that.
Yeah,
would
I'm sure they just use standard ones.
They probably
but
use the
I
standard
can't
ones.
imagine they would do something special for it. But
It was cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't even know how much it's worth.
20
Yeah.
G's.
You know, I think my brother paid $50 for it.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. That's a
Yeah.
really cool find.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, so I made out this weekend with shit, huh?
This
Yeah,
guy
what the hell?
He basically came in, he swooped up and cleaned up his hometown.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
What's that
Seriously.
about?
Thank God you're only here for a couple days.
Just
man.
be thankful. You know what's funny too, people? You know this guy travels. He's coming to your town next.
Yeah. Be
Dude.
afraid. Don't take
Be
him
afraid.
anywhere. That's all I have to
Be
say.
afraid.
Yeah.
This guy won't take me anywhere anymore. He's gonna call it, dude. Hide all your rare renters.
Yeah, seriously.
before
Yeah.
it gets-
Oh, it's all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, to be quite honest, though, I'm a little afraid of with the game hunting that we're going to do with you, Mr. P. Dorr, because last year you hooked me up with.
Well, you should
shitload of
announce
stuff.
that you got a new console recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I found a Wii at a garage sale, and actually it was one of these moments. You know, people are always asking sort of like, you know, how should you go to garage sales and what to look for. Well, this was a garage sale. They had a stand-up pole position machine, and that was what originally got me there. And it was a moving sale, so they're leaving. And essentially, I wasn't interested in the pole position, but I asked them, "Hey, do you have any consoles that you want to sell? You know, or any other game systems?" And it
Again,
was-
asking.
asking
Awesome.
is the
Yeah.
key. And they're like, "Oh, we've had a Wii, we haven't turned it on in 5 months. You know, do you want to buy it?" I was like, "Well," I was really honest with them. Like, I'm going to offer you something embarrassingly low because I only had like $20-25 on me. But so I told them that I'm like, "I'll take it, but it's going to be really low." And I apologize. You know, I don't want to insult you guys, but they're moving, and they basically said, "We don't want it. It's a Wii. It comes with a controller and a nunchuck, and then they also threw in a copy of the new Super Mario Brothers."
Which is
Good
worth
deal.
the price you paid.
It's
Yeah.
worth that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got the console, the controllers. Oh, and they also threw in Wii Sports.
Do they have any games preloaded on it, like downloadable games? Like on the.
And get this, guys. I didn't tell you about this. It's modded, so I don't know anything about.
Oh wow.
So in other words, the Wii. That's a good point. I should mention out. So I can plug in a USB hard drive to it, hold down the reset button, and actually another menu comes up, and I can basically just copy games to the hard drive.
How the hell did you find that out, though? Did they tell you?
I tried to update the firmware through
Oh.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
and Nintendo said I can't do it, and so I started looking up online,
Okay,
and sure
yeah.
enough, it's stuck at the version that it currently has,
Yeah.
but I guess it doesn't matter. I can copy stuff to a hard drive.
Yeah.
I should show you this thing.
Man,
so
Jesus.
so that
You're
so,
going to the dark side now, aren't you?
to be quite honest, actually, I kind of I wish I could have just sort of reset the firmware back because
Yeah.
I really have no
Well, the hard
interest
drive's
in doing
not
that.
very big anyway in the first
No,
place.
no, no,
is
no.
it?
You can
You can-
hook up an external hard drive.
Oh wow.
Actually,
okay.
a USB external, and so basically, I could just like a modded Xbox, I can throw them all to the hard drive,
Wow.
and I don't have to use discs anymore. And in addition to that, it also has like a bunch of homebrew options on there. It's pretty wild. It's actually a really interesting menu.
Perfect.
So, anyways, that's how it came.
Very cool.
People charge more than that to mod them.
Huh?
They charge like $40.
It's risky. I know people that mod the Wii
It
and
is.
brick
You
it.
can brick them. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
You
I
can
actually
what?
I read up
Break
on
'em?
that.
Brick them.
What's
Yeah.
brick on me?
The word just done.
It's dead. So that's not the case for mine, thankfully, because I actually
Yeah.
tried it on accident because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right.
But
Yep.
so anyway, so when we go game hunting, I'm gonna lean on you guys to help me out with some Wii games.
Oh, awesome. We're gonna hook him up.
Mm.
Definitely Wii Music.
I've heard
Yeah.
that's awesome.
You know
Yeah.
what? That is, and I'd pay a lot too for it if you find it. Pay
50, 60 bucks.
whatever they ask for it, double it. It's worth more. That game is so bad.
Yeah, I don't trust you guys.
You know the
Never
Wii
mind.
Sports used to be worth like a good $60-$70 on eBay. I'm talking disc and the little sleeve that came with the consoles because back then that was the only way you can get it. And didn't they re-release it in physical
Yeah,
form
they
in the
did,
stores?
yeah.
But before that, like that was a $60-$70 game.
It
It's
was.
a
Wii
Huh.
Sport.
It was.
Hacking game though. I don't understand.
Yeah,
why.
but
Yeah.
eventually they
They
you know,
didn't sell
people's
it.
Wii's would break or they wouldn't include it in.
Sure.
The only way to get it was that way. So.
I have a little story about that actually. Can I do it story time?
Sure.
No.
No.
In the podcast.
Can I
Yes,
now?
How about now?
Go for it.
Okay, so with Wii Sports, I got the launch Wii and with the Wii Sports, and then about, I don't know, maybe 6 months down the road, I bought another Wii used for my family because I moved out. Got it from my parents actually, and the disc that came with it, the Wii Sports, it was all scratched up. It was messed up. And it would load and play, but it would be really glitchy and the audio wasn't all good. So I had a disc resurfacer that I used for my audio CDs, and I ran it through that, and it resurfaced it, and it looked great. The game wouldn't play; it wouldn't even load up. So that damaged it. That messed it up. It destroyed it. At the time, you couldn't buy Wii Sports anywhere. It wasn't available. So I called Nintendo. I called them up, and I just told them. I said, "Look, I have a Wii Sports game. It's scratched. I ran it through." My resurfacer, it messed it up. So I would just like to buy another one. Do you sell them? Do you know where I can buy them? And they actually said that they sell them, and they're like $15. But he said because I was honest and I didn't lie to him about it, he just charged me the $5 to ship it, and,
Wow.
and he sent me one for free, basically.
Nice.
Wow.
So it came in just a little sleeve, no case or anything. But I thought that was really really cool.
Yeah.
That was in 2006 when it came out.
So I think he was being a good sport about it.
Oh boy,
You just wait for the moment, don't you? You're just like, okay.
he came up with that one about 5 seconds into my story.
I did.
We're just wait. This guy's got him. Ding! And light comes on. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So anything else about PAX? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
PAX.
right.
Well, we'll have more stories because tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we still got another day there, so
So next episode we'll have some more stuff. But yeah.
this has been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly wish that we could do this more often.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you go to Portland, but Pete won't be there.
Yeah. I just mean in general,
Without the Skype and sort of talking to each other.
Yeah.
Well, John still talks over.
Yeah,
actually,
John always
it
will.
hasn't really changed.
I always talk.
Pretty
over
much
everyone.
loudmouth here,
Lag ass connection sometimes. But whatever.
They always flick me shit because I got an old version of Skype because I like the way it does conference calls. I better update it.
You say that every week. You know that, right?
But you lock us out of being able to type.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, you
good
do.
type
We
shit.
can't type
Yeah.
in the Skype call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit! You guys type to me all the time.
Yeah,
No,
we have to do it
directly-
personally.
yeah.
We do, but we can't.
Like
do
that's
that.
why when I say, "Oh, let me send you you guys the link," I have to send it to each and every person
Yeah.
when I can just post it. In the
You make it tougher, essentially.
Make it really hard.
How come you're not a team player?
Asshole.
Yeah.
I feel really violated in this episode. Well, okay, guys, I'll do it.
No,
No,
you're such a
Jason,
liar.
no.
You're such a liar.
I'll do it. I'll update it.
Prove it.
Just like you're gonna watch the Two Towers, right?
I
How long did that take?
actually did end. I still have those copies, by the way.
I know you do, asshole.
Oh, because you're fiending to watch them yourself.
wanting to
They're
watch them.
re-releasing them again on Blu-ray
Yeah.
as the super special 5-disc edition.
Yeah, see,
And
that's
I'm
what
not kidding.
I was actually waiting for that. So
Mhm.
So no, seriously, when are you gonna watch Two Towers? 'Cause you gotta
Yeah,
watch
really.
The whole...
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Before you forget, who.
Start a
Frodo
petition
is.
on our forums, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Come
get going.
on.
Let's get going.
Don't get that
Last
shit
time
going.
it worked. Let's do it again.
Don't get that going. You guys have better things to do. Do that. Don't do the petition.
We'll do a live stream like we did last time on Twitch. It'll be fun.
As long as a snack cam is there.
We can
Snack
watch the movie and the reflection of your picture frame.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, we can't have audio. We can't do the video. It'll be of us. Little did I find out at the end, it was reflecting off freaking
I was-
picture.
Oh, really?
The whole
Yeah.
time.
Watching
The
the
whole
movie.
time, they're like, "Oh, this is the best part." I'm like, "How are they seeing it?
Wait,
How are they looking at
how
it?"
many people watch that?
We had like
with-
hundreds of people joining.
Yeah, it was like 300 or
So
something.
basically, just watching your face pretty much the whole time.
Well, they would
In
play
the
the
dark.
movie. They would play the movie at the same time. We were like, we're gonna
Oh,
start it now.
yeah,
They
we
would-
timed
they
it, we
played-
timed it,
so
yeah,
they could watch
yeah.
it with us.
Huh.
That was fun though.
It was
Good
fun.
times.
It was a
Good
good time.
times.
It was a good time.
Well, then I mean, if that's really a fun thing to do, why not pick like some other movie that you prefer to watch? I don't know, like some bad
Well,
Steven
we're gonna-
Seagal movie or like I don't know.
We're gonna hit up
Serbian Baby.
No,
Serbian
all I
film
can
or-
say is Jason. And
Oh
I,
my God! And like puking. You know?
Jason and I are gonna go to the Hobbit midnight release. So we're gonna watch all three, and then we're gonna go see the Hobbit at midnight. when it comes out in November. Is it November?
Do you see the fear in his eyes?
I
Right?
thought it was December.
Are you guys
December.
Are you guys ready for this? What's the Hobbit?
Dude,
You know what the
dude,
Hobbit
Hobbit?
is.
I
Come
know, I'm just
on.
kidding.
The Hobbit's prequel. It's coming out. It's gonna be a two-parter, right? So it's
It's gonna be
part one.
so
Yeah.
epic.
It's gonna be awesome. So December, we're gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever.
If we were to pick a movie that you would want to watch, that other people could sort of, tune in and watch you enjoy a movie, what's like a classic great movie you'd love to
Oh,
watch?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yogurt. I hate yogurt.
I can't breathe in this thing. So many great lines in
Yeah.
there.
I just think Mel
He
Brooks
went
is
plaid.
brilliant. You know?
Yeah. Young Frankenstein, another great one.
Yeah.
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 Men, was it Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Blazing Saddles, but
Blazing
that can be a little
Yeah.
for some people.
Yeah.
He got away with it though.
Oh, it's funny.
It's Mel Brooks. You
It's
know?
funny to watch that movie today and realize, wow, I can't believe the stuff they got
Yeah.
away with in that movie.
Yeah.
But it's a classic.
Cool. Well,
All right.
It's
Been
been
fun.
awesome, you guys.
Been
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
it's been real.
Cool.
You got a lot of 2600 games.
You got a lot of original Xbox games.
Those are, I think,
But-
my two biggest collections other than PC.
Okay, that skeleton in that dungeon over there, it's freaking me out, dude.
Well,
He told me his grandma or something. Messed up.
That's like I've seen from Pirates of the Caribbean or some shit. Where like, the ragtime.
Jesus, just bring her back.
you can never see that direction there. I'm sorry. Never. Ever.
Never.
No.
All
And
right,
the
guys.
Gimp. And the Gimp, too.
The
It's like-
Gimp.
Well, no, I just see a bouncy ball or whatever that is. A fitness ball.
I love the fact you guys look over there for a second trying to focus on the Gimp.
And all at the same time, just like.
Yeah.
Good time, guys.
All right.
All right.
All
Hope
right.
you enjoyed it, you guys.
All
We'll
right.
see you some other time.
Till next time.
Yeah.
All
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.